article, A Mighty Howling in the Heavens, Riding Out Hurricane Matthew in South Carolina, adapted from the Guardian article by Roger Pickney, October 16, 2016. To go or not to go? That is the question. This ain't Iowa, y'all, where you can jump in the Chevy, pop the clutch, speed shift, and outrun a tornado. I've done it a time or two, but you can't do it here. Some islands have bridges, but many do not. And if you're on an island with no bridge, you don't make many sudden moves. And this is the way it is on Dufusky Island, South Carolina, where a trip for light bulbs and toilet paper muddied up most of your day. Hermine had just thundered through, power out 3 days when Hurricane Matthew bore down. It had already killed 900 and was hardly done. Dufusky Island, 3 by 4 miles, 14 miles by water from the nearest traffic light. When the governor said leave, most of the transplants left. Most of the locals stuck. I rode out Hurricane Gracie at 59 when I was about half grown. Gusts to 160, a class 4. They'd peg it today. Mammy stood at the back window and cried with every pine that went down. Pappy built the house himself, and he built it right. Nobody ever thought of evacuating. No power for 2 weeks, no phones for 2 months. The wind blew river sand so hard it etched the window glass and drove rainwater around the sashes, but we only lost a single shingle from the roof. I took note and built my own house accordingly, and when the governor ordered a mandatory evacuation, we would not be moved, and we made the national news for staying through the storm, even the international news. The governor was not pleased, and she sent the cops door to door. She ordered up one final ferry run and deployed National Guard helicopters to fly us out. But we didn't leave. Friday, October 7, the storm blew ashore around midnight with gusts to 130. The children huddled in the pantry, the strongest room in the house. Sweet wife and I in our bed, a 90-pound yellow dog stretched full length between us while the house vibrated. I slept fitfully. The wife whimpered softly, her head wrapped in a quilt to save her eyes from shattering glass. The dog, happily close to the people he loved, slept through the whole ordeal. Saturday, October 8th, 2:17 a.m., suddenly quiet. Maybe now I can get some sleep. But no, it was the eye of the storm, the middle of the hurricane, and within minutes the fury resumed. Winds from the opposite direction, and everything sheltered that previously survived was kindling. We staggered outside at daybreak to utter destruction. A jack straw of fallen timber, a snarl of electrical wires, and the marshes all around littered with the remains of boats and shattered docks, but the howl of the wind and the thunder of falling trees had been replaced by the clatter of generators and the whines of chainsaws. Neighbors helped neighbors, restaurants held great community feeds for free. In 2 days, every island road was passable and volunteers cut oaks and pines off the utility lines, ready for the power crews to get to work. The elders gathered at the First Union African Baptists, surviving every blow since 1886, and cut the trees off the graves.